This could be us. So back to what I was saying. This could be us.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you for coming back to my channel, and thank you for always being here whenever we upload a new video. Today for you guys, I have a question and answer type of video. It's just questions that I've gotten on my social media, on DMs and stuff. I guess you guys just don't feel like commenting this personal stuff here on my comments, so because here on the channel's comments, so for that reason, I'm going to keep the names of the people that asked me these questions private, but I'm just going to be reading their questions. And I invite you guys to keep on watching, and I suggest that we get started to not make this video super mega long, because it probably will be, because I can talk and talk. Okay guys, so the first question that I got was, how did I get pregnant? Was I planning to get pregnant, or did it just happen? I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I think I mentioned this in my pregnancy announcement. I told you guys that I was trying to get pregnant from like January, but I didn't really like actually start in January. Like I kind of like what I did was like I kind of learned how to track my ovulation. I learned how to track my period, and just, I mean, I always knew that I would get my period, and when I would get it, and I would always get it that day, or I'll be like, I was never like irregular, but I always kind of like knew that. But it was better if I wanted to get pregnant to know exactly the date of when I got my period and all that. It was just helping me track all that information. So I suggest as a tip that if you want to know, or you want to get pregnant, then you need to know when you get your period, how long your period lasts, what days you're ovulating, what days you're not. So just to kind of have a good record of all of that. So I use the app Pedo. I will leave it in the description bar down below. I am not being sponsored whatsoever by this company. I just really liked it because it let me kind of like document and just kind of jot down how I was feeling those days, and to track my period, my ovulations, the times that you would have sex, and all that good stuff. So to be completely honest, I just really like that app for those reasons. I took a pregnancy test and it was positive, and I was pregnant. And I didn't announce till I was way along in my pregnancy, because I just personally don't like to share that I'm pregnant in the first trimester, because I've had a miscarriage before, and in my first pregnancy I told the whole world, and I lost my baby a week later. And I honestly think that sometimes when there's bad energy and there's bad people and there's so much envy in this world, that there's mean people that can cause stuff like this, and bad vibes and bad energy causes these things to happen. And that's just my belief, and I could be totally wrong. There's people that announce and they don't have any problems, they're just blessed. And I just personally, I believe that, and I feel that that is so true in many different ways. But like I said, I could be wrong, I could be right, but that's just my beliefs, and that's the reason why it takes me a while to announce my pregnancy. It's not because I don't want to tell the whole world. It's not because I'm trying to hide my baby. It's just that I'm trying to protect my baby, and I'm trying to protect myself. So because I already mentioned to you guys that I had a miscarriage, maybe I should have started with that first, but the question kind of took me that other way. When I had my miscarriage, it took me 2 years, or about 2 years, to get pregnant with my son that is now going to be 2 in December. And it took me about almost 2 years to get pregnant with him. So I had a miscarriage in 2014 in November, and I didn't get pregnant again to 2016. So exactly 2 years later, but not at the mark, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I found out that I was pregnant with my son on April 25th, 2016. And it was like the best day of my life. And I feel like every pregnancy that I tell my husband is very similar. I'm always not wearing any pants or underwears, and I come out of the bathroom crying with the positive pregnancy test. So I guess it's just become a tradition now. But both times he's been very excited. The first time he was quiet for about 10 minutes and just couldn't believe it. The second time he was like, I knew it, and it's a girl. And it's just crazy how with my son, I found Eliza Adele, and I'll leave her channel link down below, because honestly, like, I learned so many things from her and watching her videos that I was like, okay, wait, I need to do this, I need to do this. And I thought we were like the same weeks when I was like pregnant, but she had her baby like, I don't know if she had her baby way before me, but the way that the videos were coming at me were kind of like the weeks that I were. I don't know how to explain it, because maybe I just, at the time, I really didn't know much about like I did know about YouTube because I've been doing YouTube since 2015, but I just didn't really understand it, if that makes any sense. Well, anyways, long story short, I watched her and I fell in love with her channel, and ever since then I've like watched her. So I still watch her to this day. She's pregnant with her baby number 2, and she thinks she's having a girl, and I think she's having a girl too. But she's so pretty, and like her videos are awesome. She's having a lot of morning sickness, so definitely go watch her. And if you do go watch her and you subscribe to her, let her know that I sent you guys over. So that's what happened. With my first son, I didn't try to get pregnant. It just happened. We wanted a baby so bad. Like, we wanted a baby so bad. I would cry every day. I would pray to God every day. And the day that I was like, you know what? God, everything is in your hands. I am no longer going to try. Like, me mentally, emotionally, and physically, I'm not going to ask for a baby, because I know that it's going to happen when the time is right. And a month later, I got pregnant with my son, and I found out, and I was already pregnant, and I didn't even know this. So it's just crazy how life plays out and how things come to be, if that makes any sense. So see, like I said, we wanted another baby, and we thought that the time was right now that Briancito was about to be 2 years old, and we wanted them close in age. We had originally thought maybe we're gonna wait 4 to 5 years, but I would see my son when he would be with his other cousins, and his only cousin that's around his age is Kaylee, and she's 2 months older than him. And then is my other cousins, it's my aunt's baby, and she is 2 or 1 week younger than Briancito, and they don't really see each other as much, but as he sees Kaylee, so whenever he's around them, they have older siblings, and they have who to play with, and they have who to watch out for, and my son doesn't. So it's just like, it was just kind of like, I need another baby. I want another baby. I want my baby to experience having a sibling, because I come from 3 sisters and 1 brother and 3 brothers. So I come from like a big family, and I want my son to have brothers and sisters, because it's beautiful. It's like you always are constantly surrounded by people, and at times, yes, it can be very freaking frustrating and annoying, but honestly and truly, like, having siblings just makes your life a whole lot better. If you have siblings and you know, and I've talked to so many, like, I have so many friends, and I've talked to so many people that are like the only child, and they're like, it's so boring, it sucks, like, I wish I had an older brother or an older sister or a younger sister or a younger brother. So, you know, they're always wanting siblings. So that's what I wanted to do, and we talked about it, and we're like, okay, let's try. And if it happens, it happens. And if it like happens in a year or 2, like, we didn't think it was gonna happen so soon, like we thought maybe it was going to take us a while like it did with Briancito, but we were very lucky and fortunate that it happened like within months of trying. So I honestly want to say it took us like 2 months to get pregnant, but it probably took a little bit more. I'm like so bad at math. So yeah, so that's like, we did try to have another baby, and we just weren't expecting it to happen so soon, just because of our experience with Briancito. So the other question that I also got was, how do I get pregnant because I'm having a hard time getting pregnant? And in the conversation, I found out that this person has PCOS. Now, the reason why I wanted to jump the gun and say this is because if you have PCOS, you have to go to a doctor. You have to be like monitored by a doctor. You have to get medication. You have to make sure that you're taking care of your PCOS and that you're taking care of yourself, and that whatever kind of PCOS, I don't know if there's stages or levels or how strong or how low or how effective. I don't know all of that because I'm not a doctor, but I do know that it's very important for you to go to a doctor and have them kind of help you and guide you in a better way. This is just from my personal experience. I don't have PCOS, but my sister does, and so and I have a lot of friends that also have it, that I just kind of know what advice to give you. But I always tell them it's good to go to a doctor to get a second opinion, and their opinion is a lot more valid because they actually know what they're talking about. So this is just kind of like what I've researched, what I've heard, and what I kind of know. So if you're trying to get pregnant and you're having a hard time without having PCOS or any medical condition, doesn't have to be you being like sick or having like diabetes or any of that. It's just like, if your ovaries and your oven is working the way it's supposed to work, then if you're having a hard time, I still suggest and I still recommend for you to go to a doctor to just get checked, because sometimes you might need a cleaning out, or you just might have ovarian cysts, or you just might have like a cyst that's like interfering with the sperm to get to where it needs to get to. And it's always good to go to the doctor just to make sure that you're getting treated and checked for those things. So I do want to say that, and I do want to put that out there. Always go to a doctor if you're trying to get pregnant. I know we all tend to Google, we all tend to ask our friends, and we're all watching this video because we want to get pregnant, or we want to know tips and advice. But at the end of the day, you have to consult with a doctor, because there's only so much people can give you an advice on. Now, with all that being said, and I'm not trying to be rude, and if I'm coming off rude, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to, like, I don't want you guys to say, oh, I tried everything you said and I still can't get pregnant, and like hate me for not being able to get pregnant. No, like, you have to go to a doctor, because I'm not a doctor. So yeah. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and answer the question. So so if you're having a hard time getting pregnant and you don't have a medical condition, then maybe you're just not doing the right things after sex. So like, if you have sexual intercourse, sex, whatever, I suggest don't pee right away, don't take a shower right away, lift up your legs for 30 minutes and just lay down in the bed. Now, with my son, I did this multiple millions of times, and it never worked till I got that positive test. So like I said, maybe something was wrong with me. Maybe I had a cyst. I don't know. Or maybe it just wasn't the time. So like, I don't know. So I just would always do that, because this is what my mom told me. This is what I've read and what I've researched and stuff, and from other friends also. Let's see, what was I talking about? I forgot. Okay. So yeah, so I would suggest definitely to just do those things, like don't use your bathroom put your legs up and don't shower if you don't have to right away. Also, just try to eat more clean and drink water. Like, you don't have to be super mega healthy, but I do suggest you kind of having a good diet, a good healthy diet of eating healthy food, but like, because you can still eat McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or Taco Bell and be healthy, if that makes any sense. Sorry that I keep moving my hair. It's just that, like, I like it and then I don't like it in my face. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, like, I suggest that you guys just try to eat a little bit more healthy. Like, if you're not like a big fruit eater, I suggest that you try to eat more fruit, drink more water. If you don't really drink a lot of water, try to let go of sodas, especially teas and coffees. Teas was something that I loved, like Arizona tea, iced lemonade tea, Starbucks passion tea, all of those things. Teas are not good for you if you're trying to get pregnant. So I suggest that you either leave it to once a month, twice a month. If you're a like everyday eater, like an everyday drinker of a tea and coffee, then I would suggest like once a week, and then try to minimize it to like once or twice a month, because honestly and truly, that has a lot to do with it too. So coffee and teas, try to eliminate them from your diet, and if you can't, I'm one that I don't really need it, so I can go 2-3 months without drinking tea and coffee, but I do like it and I do want to drink it at times, so I drink it once every 3 months, or once a month, or once every 2 months. It just kind of depends how much I crave it. So I try not to crave it every day, and if I start craving every day, I'm like, nope. Let's get off that train, because no. So it's just trying to be strict with yourself in that aspect. So teas and coffees, I would say try to reduce the amount that you drink and consume of it. I think that's like the same thing, right? Getting pregnant is something that you have to be mentally and emotionally prepared for. So also remember that when trying to get pregnant, that you need to get emotionally and mentally prepared for it. So I think that that's also, and always to be positive. I think that that's like the best advice that I can give you. Also, if you're someone who has PCOS, you need to go to the doctor so that they can give you Provera. If you're not very frequent on your period, usually people that have PCOS are very irregular, and that's why you have PCOS. So definitely go to the doctor to get Provera. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. And Clomid, that just kind of helps increase how ovulation works, and to throw out the right amount of eggs. It doesn't mean that the things down there are not working properly. It just means that you need a little bit of help so that they are lined up and ready to go when it's time for them to be released. So these were a couple of the questions that I got. I hope I answered them. If you have any more questions on it being this pregnancy, my last pregnancy, how my pregnancy is going, an update will be coming up very soon, so stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you guys are notified. Also, like, if you guys have any questions, always, my social media accounts are always open for you guys. I will leave those in the description bar down below. I will also leave my email address just in case you want to send me a personal email through there, because you don't want to through social media or whatever the case may be. Your questions as best as I could. If I did, please give this video a huge thumbs up. If you have any more questions, please let me know in the comment section below. If not, like I said, in my social medias. But I'm going to let you guys go, and I hope you guys like this video, and if it was like that, give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you guys are notified for any type of video that I upload here on my channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Drop 2 mixtapes in 6 months. We're breaking as hard as me. I don't bother with these